Good evening, friends. I'm Elizabeth Vowell. Greg is back next week. Tonight, we saw the candidates for governor on the same stage for the first televised debate, but there were a few notable absences in that wide field. Let's bring in our Capitol correspondent, Chris Rosato, for the highlights. Chris.
Yeah, Liz, tonight's debate was hosted by the Advocate, Times-Picayune, and several regional television partners. Each of the candidates laid out their vision for Louisiana, hoping to reach each of you before Election Day in October.
Tonight's debate was kicked off with each candidate being asked how to fix the state's crippling problem with crime. Each candidate agreed crime is at the root of many of the state's problems.
I'll be the biggest crime-fighting governor that's ever served in Louisiana because of my background.
I will have academies for the state troopers so that we continue to train. I will pay them so that we will keep them.
The candidates were also asked what they would do to attract more insurance companies to write policies instead of leaving the state. Almost everyone said they would hold an immediate special session, while Republican Stephen Wagaspack had a different plan.
We're going to create adjuster training academies in each of our coastal universities so we can train our neighbors to be adjusters. So next time a storm hits, people who understand our community can come in and help you process that claim.
When it comes to the state's abortion laws, the candidates were asked if they would support a ballot initiative to let voters decide the state's law. All were opposed to the idea, except for one.
As a husband and a father, I've always trusted my wife and my daughter to make the decisions that's best for them. And so I don't object to having a ballot initiative to be able to allow the citizens to make these decisions.
None of the candidates agreed to raising the gas tax to fund road and bridge projects, and none of them supported mandating COVID vaccines for schools. But all of them said they support a permanent teacher pay raise. When asked how to attract more business and keep young voters from leaving the state, Treasurer John Schroeder says it's a foundational issue.
We don't have safe communities, we don't have a first-class public school system, and you constantly have to deal with the cronyism and the corruption of this state.
And when it comes to the issues that separate the only Democrat on stage with the others tonight, Sean Wilson said he would support renewing the state's sales tax, believes the court should add a second minority congressional district, and believes the legislature should spend less time on culture war issues.
Louisiana is much better than that. The majority of our citizens don't support those extreme policies, as you've noted in polling data that says we spend too much time on issues that don't make us safer, smarter, healthier, or wealthier.
And with Attorney General Jeff Landry not on stage, it didn't take long for some to take their shot against the candidate leading the polls.
And I know 800,000 single moms could care less whether Jeff Landry's here tonight.
The leading candidate in this campaign is the chief law enforcement officer of the state, has failed to show up, no different than he did tonight.
And I showed up, unlike the Attorney General. You have to represent and lead all the people of Louisiana, not just the ones that agree with you politically.
Now, Richard Nelson says he did not attend tonight's debate because he was not asked to attend by the host. Landry's campaign said he would not attend due to concerns of impartiality against his conservative agenda. The next debate will be September 15th, and both Landry and Nelson plan on attending that one. Liz?
All right, Chris.